Hello and welcome to Elbc Newsline, a full hour of news from Liberia and other parts of the world. Today is Monday, January 26, 2026. President Joseph Boyka declares State of the Republic better than he met it. Government and Arab Bank for Development signed 13 million financing agreement to improve Liberia's road and health sectors. Energy job creation and stability to dominate Liberia's MCC compact development. And away from Liberia, Uganda's military chief denies claims that soldiers assaulted the wife of opposition leader Bobby Wine during a raid at their home. These stories and much more, including sports, the weather forecast, the news in Liberian English and French. But first, the news bulletin in this hour.
President Joseph Boakai has declared a fifth of the nation better than in previous years. President Boakai said despite the challenges and limited resources, the government has managed to achieve a lot in a short time. He named significant progress in agriculture, infrastructure, education, health, and other crucial sectors of governments. The Liberian chief executive spoke on Monday in Monrovia when he delivered his third annual message to the legislature.
My administration worked to tackle inherited challenges, stabilize the economy, and deliver key development milestones. Despite limited resources, we made progress across key sectors, including agriculture, infrastructure, education, health, tourism, and rural development, alongside important related initiatives. I am pleased to inform you that the country is in a better state than it was a year ago. The progress of the past 2 years is real.
President Boakai also reported the stabilization of the economy and the improvement of key development priorities. According to him, these tangibles are intended to address the cost of living and improve the overall livelihood of the Liberian people. The government of Liberia and the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa have signed a 30 million United States dollars financing agreement for the upgrading of the Salaye to Konya Road in Lopa County. The agreement also features an additional 700,000 grant to improve health services along the Banga to Vanjama Road corridor. Speaking at the signing ceremony Monday, Finance and Development Planning Minister Augustine Gafuan said the agreement reflects government's determination to address some of the challenges confronting Liberia. Minister Gafuan lauded the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa for its continued support to Liberia. The finance minister also highlighted the agreement underscores the Liberian government's resolve to meeting the present needs of Liberians. Government has reported massive economic growth and reduced inflation in 2025. President Joseph Boakai says Liberia's economy grew by 5.1%, exceeding the 4.6% forecast and the 4.0 growth recorded in 2024. The Liberian leader noted that such growth was driven by mining, agriculture, fisheries, and services, with mining expanding by 17% and export by 31.5%.
2024 economy showed resilience with steady growth, declining inflation, stronger reserve, and renewed momentum across key sectors. This progress continued in 2025 with macroeconomic stability and private sector growth, strengthening our commitment to the Liberian people.
The president also disclosed that inflation fell to 4% by December 2025, the lowest in 2 decades, down from 10% when his administration took over in 2024. Delivering his annual message at the Capitol Monday, President Boakai said the external sector performed well, with gross international reserves increasing from 475 million in 2024 to 576 million in 2025. The Liberian chief executive also highlighted that despite a disruption in donor support, government maintained fiscal control and mobilized domestic resources. President Joseph Boakai said the development of Liberia's second compact under the Millennium Challenge Corporation is making tremendous progress. According to President Boakai, the second compact development started immediately after Liberia was reaffirmed by the United States government through the NCC. Under the NCC compact, the Liberian leader named energy, job creation, and stability as areas that are under serious consideration to bring essential relief to citizens.
I informed you last year that engagement with the United States have positioned Liberia for the Millennium Challenge Corporation contract. I am pleased to report that after a review and reassessment by the new U.S. government, Liberia's eligibility for a second MCC contract was reaffirmed in December 2025.
President Joseph Boakai said Liberia's reaffirmation for the second compact comes at a time critical to national developments are in dire need. The president reported increased international support while disclosing that 9 financial agreements were signed between government and different international partners. Job creation has been named a top priority of government's legislative agenda for 2026. The government says concrete steps have been taken to address the unemployment gap. President Joseph Boakai highlighted the establishment of the Youth Entrepreneurship and Investment Bank as key to expanding job opportunities. The Liberian chief executive noted that the bank will support and strengthen local entrepreneurs across the country. The president also said the cabinet's adoption of the National Job Acceleration Strategy is another major step toward closing the unemployment gap. The ongoing shipment of the 285 pieces of yellow machines to Liberia has been confirmed by President Joseph Boakai during his annual address at Capitol Hill. The equipment is expected to be deployed across the country to strengthen routine roadworks and improve emergency response. President Boakai said the machines will be strategically placed at county hubs to ensure effective utilization.
These assets will be situated at the county hub and used to support road maintenance efforts and form crucial part of our disaster response preparedness efforts across the country.
On the Roberts International Airport Road corridor, the president acknowledged delays caused by court actions and project adjustment, including an extension of the pavement length. He assured the public that full construction of the RIA Road project is expected to resume in 2026. The Liberian chief executive also disclosed that construction of major road corridors will begin next month following legislative approval of a concession agreement. The government has reiterated its dedication to strengthening accountability and transparency across all sectors of governance. President Joseph Boakai said to ensure its implementation, his administration is key on advancing key legal reforms, including the suspension of several government officials. According to the Liberian leader, those suspended were forwarded to the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission for possible prosecution. President Boakai made the remarks during his third annual address to the 55th legislature on Capitol Hill on Monday. He, however, called for enhanced collaboration among other branches of government to foster growth and national development. The president's third annual message aligns with Article 58 of the 1986 Liberian Constitution. Liberia Broadcasting System Director General Eugene Fagon says a state-of-the-art media broadcast complex is completed and ready for dedication. The facility contains several departments, including radio, television, and recording studios, among others. Speaking during a special edition of the Super Morning Show Monday, DG Fagon disclosed that the building will be turned over officially to the management of LBS by the construction team of the Chinese government.
A date has not been set as yet, but I can say to you that the complex of confidence is complete and is ready. What you have right now is a date to be set for the turning over ceremony to the LBS management by the construction team.
DG Fagon also maintained that the media complex will now transition LBS to a more modern and productive broadcast hub with its up-to-date equipment. He named an outside broadcast van, 250 size of KVM generator, and 5 hydrants, among others, as some of the modernized equipment expected to be dedicated. The Ministry of Education has launched the School Health and Hygiene Kit for students across the country. Launched on Monday, the initiative is aimed at promoting health, dignity, and educational continuity in Liberian schools. Speaking at the launching ceremony, Education Minister Dr. Josu Jala emphasized the vital role of hygiene in ensuring consistent learning and attendance. Mr. Jala noted that many students, especially adolescent girls, face repeated absences due to the lack of menstrual hygiene support. Minister Jala announced that 10,000 at-risk students in vulnerable communities will receive hygiene kits, which include sanitary pads for girls and hygiene materials for boys. Meanwhile, the Minister of Gender, Bernie Horace Colley, has highlighted the importance of menstrual hygiene as a critical issue of dignity and equity. Minister Colley stressed the need to ensure girls have access to sanitary pads to keep them in schools. Minister Colley reaffirmed the government's commitment to inclusive education, emphasizing that no girl should miss school because of biological realities. She announced that the Ministry of Gender will support the initiative by advocating for free sanitary pads and working to eliminate stigma around menstrual health. The gender minister further stressed that menstrual hygiene management is a fundamental human right and a key factor in promoting gender equality. The government says it is advancing sustained efforts to mechanize farming activities across Liberia to improve food production. President Boakai noted that government will also improve sector financing this year to produce more food for the Liberian people. In his annual message to the legislature Monday, President Boakai said government in 2025 supported more than 198,000 farmers to reduce hunger. According to the president, the government, through the Agriculture Ministry, rehabilitated 156 kilometers of feeder roads as part of efforts to ease road challenges affecting farmers. Meanwhile, President Joseph Boakai has re-emphasized his government's strong determination to reducing hunger in Liberia before 2030. A 3-day training for women to become climate ambassadors and disaster committee members will get underway in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. The training is being organized by the Environmental Protection Agency through the Climate Information System Project. It aims to enhance community resilience by empowering women as key conduits for climate information dissemination and active participants in local governance. The workshop is expected to kick off Wednesday, January 28 to 30, ensuring inclusive and effective climate adaptation and disaster risk management. It is hosted under the theme Empowering Women for Climate Resilience and Disaster Risk Reduction. The Enhancing Climate Information System project is an 11 million green climate fund initiative aimed at strengthening hydrometeorological early warning and disaster risk reduction capacities. The CIS project, implemented by the African Development Bank and the EPA, focuses on building a functional multi-hazard impact-based forecasting and early warning system to address climate data gaps. And government has underscored substantial gains made in the health sector, improving healthcare delivery across the country under the year in review. President Walker said in health, maternal death decreased nationwide, immunization rate for children increased, and medicine stock from 95% to 5%. The Liberian leader lauded the efforts of the Gavi Vaccine Alliance for strengthening Liberia's immunization program, the expansion of vaccine access, and improved public health while meeting co-financing commitments for the first time in 10 years. The Liberian chief executive named the reconstruction of the C.H. Rennie Hospital and the ongoing construction of the neuropsychiatric hospital in Bentonville as significant progress made by government. He further stated that support continued delivery of quality services in the sector. A new midwifery training program has been initiated at the Boni Community College. The president said data is important for planning response. That is why government has set up a National Health Intelligence Center to improve data-driven decision making.
Creates Cow in the News bulletin.